Ooh, something touched my leg.
Feel the cold winds against your skin. You shiver, but your bones won't let you leave. The crows call your name, a mausoleum, and 2 coins for your eyes. For the boatman to take you away. Scratch and claw against the dirt and stone. You wither, but your soul stays where it sleeps. The dark holds your own, the black of midnight, and your cries in the night. For the darkness to take you away.
Welcome everybody to the season 1 finale of Mission
Unknown. And on this episode, we're at the Hinsdale house for season finale. Did you say that already?
I did. And we call every place infamous for some reason, but this place actually is. This lives up to its name.
Absolutely. And we're super excited. We met Dan, the owner, who was more than gracious enough to give us a little bit of a tour, a little bit of history. And we're super excited to actually get inside and find out what kind of evidence we can actually capture on film and tape.
We've been told many, many stories by a bunch of people when we said we were going to be coming here, when we announced it online. And we're excited.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of
There's
history.
There's a lot of
There's
history.
a lot of mythos. There's a lot of tall tales, but we're going to get to that in the history portion.
Some is real, some isn't. We don't know. We're about to
leave
find
that
out.
for you to decide.
So come and join us.
So we're in the main living room. This is the area where the Dandy family would have gathered. They would have, watched TV, had some fun, played some checkers and games. Reported exorcism.
Board exorcism here.
We say reported because based on our research, it really was more Father Alphonsus was actually doing
blessing the house.
a blessing, because it states right in his, from his own words, you can't exorcise an object. So the house was really blessed, I think is more what it was. But
we are finally here. We are just going to get started. Was what was considered the most haunted place in Western New York. We will find out if that's true.
the journey we have traveled together on thus far has been filled with angst, excitement, anxiety, fear, and learning. In our never-ending search for knowledge, for answers and proof of the obscure, the paranormal, the unexplained, we have journeyed across Western New York, bringing our evidence and travels to you, our faithful viewers. Yet there is one location we have not visited, one place that is purportedly one of the most haunted houses in Western New York, if not the country. Its reputation brings terror to the imagination, fear to the heart, and remains one of the epicenters of paranormal activity that we must explore and attempt to finally provide, once and for all, undeniable evidence of the paranormal. The home resides in a deceptively peaceful, forested area several miles outside of the town of Hinsdale, New York. Sitting atop the hills is an unremarkable, one-family dwelling in the countryside that passerbys wouldn't even bat an eye at while driving by. But looks can be deceiving. The real history and events of the home may never truly be known, but we can piece together a picture of what may have occurred during the home's tumultuous past.
All right, we have shut the lights off, and we are going to start with an EVP session, which is electronic voice phenomenon, for those that don't know. So we're going to ask some questions and see if our devices pick anything up. And it is recording. Cool. So, all right, Tom, feel free to lead the charge.
I sure will. Again, my name is Tom. This is JW. That's Mike. And we're just came here to say hello. We'd love to be able to hear from any entities that are here with us. So if you'd like, please tell us your name. You can talk into this little lighty candle rectangle that I'm holding up here. There's also a lit up little rectangle on the table there. And then if you really want to play games, if you go near that cylinder with the red candle there, it'll light up and make noise. Fun, right? So what's your name? Yes, or you can go near the also that took Mike about 20 minutes to get set up, that little other rectangular box that has little pokey things on it. Say hi to you.
Copper.
So again, what's your name? How long have you lived here?
Jason's tummy. Do you get a lot of visitors here? I see all the writing on the walls, so I'm guessing so. Every. Is it everybody that comes in here?
Do you like the fact that people come in here all the time asking questions?
Lend. Are you lending us
Your ear.
your ear? Are you lending us your time?
The bank.
I used to work at the bank and I didn't like it. And again, there is a little cylinder right on the table here. If you don't feel like talking, you can come and flail your arms near it. All you have to do is get near this little antenna and it'll light up and make all sorts of noise. So if you're a little shy and don't want to actually talk to us, you can just come up and give that a thwack. I hear flies hitting the ceiling.
There's also some little white balls on the table. Can you move one of them?
That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was the heater or water pump or something going
Yeah,
off.
the well pump.
And that's important for the show because, as we like to point out in each and every episode, we're not here to sit here and go to every place that we visit and automatically assume that it is haunted. We try to disprove any sound, any noise, anything we hear. We try to make some sense of it and find logic with it. So we're not just going, ooh, it's ghosts.
Not just three dudes just in a house in the middle of the night.
But if we do find an anomaly, we want to show it to you, our audience, so you can decide for yourselves. Is it ghost? Or is it logic? Science.
And for those that don't know, because you hear us mention the REM pod a lot, but I don't think we really mention. We say you can get close to it and it goes off, as you've seen with my own example here. But what it does, it takes radio electronic waves, and theoretically, spirits can use their energy to manipulate it around and knife through. Oh.
I don't think he liked your explanation.
No. I forgot what I was saying now. So the obelisk just said knife through. Knife
Did you
through
put
what?
her-
Dare I ask?
Did you put a knife through someone? Were you murdered here? On this very property?
By a knife.
Would you like to play a game of checkers with us? I enjoy checkers, although more chess, but checkers is what we got. So would you like to play?
I saw the heater lit up in the other kid in the other room. I just saw a light. Oh my god, that
I heard it. I didn't.
oh,
Can't see it.
I just saw it go off out there. Oh my god. Since we are guests in your home, we wanted to take some time and maybe play a rousing game of checkers, not chess, as I for some reason kept calling it. So we would love it if you would come play a game of checkers. If you'd come play checkers with us, come play checkers with us.
Chess is the complicated one.
It is. This one's simple, as apparently it's not. So come on down, come play some checkers with us. I'll even go first. I think that's a checkers move. I don't know.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Move diagonally.
So I made my move. Why don't you make yours on the red side? Just come on down and give one of these chips a little shove.
If you're shy, he can turn off the light and you can make a move.
Yeah, you can make a move. We won't even see it until we come home. Because I can barely see the board now with the light off. But we won't even know you move it.
Can you make any of the balls on the table move? They make kitty cat noise bell things if you move them. Or they're actually balls that, cats would move around. So if you want to do that, that'd be good too. Either way.
A cat toy, Tom.
A cat toy, that's what I'm getting at.
Kitty. Did you used to play checkers with the family that lived here? That went up to the orange a couple times.
Yep.
Did you win at checkers? If you won at checkers, make that green light move over to the orange again. Or if you lost like I always do at checkers, then that is also okay.
How many of you are here with us? JW loves to hear the little round cylinder go off. Can you make some lights go on?
The house was built in the mid-19th century and was speculated to have once been a roadside inn for travelers and even a hideaway for highwaymen who robbed and killed unsuspecting travelers on the roadway near the home. As if these dark incidents weren't horrific enough, there are also alleged Native American burial mounds atop the hills near
and even on the Hinsdale property itself. Rumors of Native American chanting and war cries being heard around the property and in the forest bordering the home by passerbys or even those who lived there prior. Besides the burial mounds, other lore references a vast number of Native Americans who were murdered on the land the home is built on. Rumors swirl that roughly 800 bodies are buried underneath and around the property. Now fast forward from these harrowing events to the 20th century, an unsuspecting family falls in love with the countryside while on family camping trips to the area. When they become aware that the home on McMahon Road is for sale, they decide to purchase it and move to the area permanently, despite the difficulties of traveling to and from work. It's a decision the family would soon come to regret.
So, we are still in this room now, so we decided to switch over to our spirit box. And we have a new attachment for it, which Tom can better explain what it does, because I don't really know.
Well, theoretically, the Bluetooth puck that we have for it is supposed to cut on the background noise, so a lot of the white noise you hear. This way, only the manifestation of the spirit's energy manipulating the radio waves to come through as a voice on the puck, theoretically.
Pretty much like a mini portal.
Correct. Just trying to get this going. Okay, we got that going.
Okay. And actually, before we get on, what is on the obelisk right now is "Please, Sister, in Purgatory," and that was not part of the initial setup words. So that's.
Are you somebody's sister? Anything you'd like to say to us?
Hair. Wings.
Hair and wings. I do like wings. And I have no hair.
Are you
just back hair? I'll continue.
Are you somebody who's buried here on the property or the nearby property near the pond?
If there are any spirits here with us, how many? Did you like the Dandy family?
Aim.
Hobble.
Hobble. Did
You
someone aim something at you and hobble you? Like a gun.
Alright, so what we're doing now is we're doing a session where Mike has headphones on and his face is covered and he has the SB11 spirit box hooked up to the headphones. So we're going to ask questions and see if he can get any answers, and he'll vocalize those if he does. So that's what we have going on now. We also have a REM pod here. Did he say something?
He did, I don't know what. Something.
So, again, we're gonna hopefully we're not bothering you. We're just gonna ask some questions, and if we'd really appreciate it if you could give us a sign that you're still here with us. Make your presence known. Mike can hear anything that you say. Just go near him. He's over there in the corner by the dolls. He's got a little box in his hand. You can speak right to it. So, can you tell us your name?
Michael. Michael.
That's one of our names. Are you saying our name or your name?
Joke.
You think we're a joke? Were you here when the Dandy family was here? Do you like that we're here?
No.
Why don't you like us? We just want to be friends.
Beat it?
Can you tell us your name? We have a red light there. If you go near it, it's going to...
Football?
It'll go off and you can let us know that you're near.
Was football your favorite sport?
Play.
Did you play football?
Yes. Help. In a weird child voice.
Are there any children here? Why do you need help?
Weep.
Somebody hurting you?
Did you die on the property?
Save.
How can we save you? What do you need to be saved from?
Bad?
Are there bad people around here?
Ooh. Just heard a weird yell on there, almost like a screech. That was... Ooh, I'm awake now.
Why are you yelling? Is someone trying to hurt you? Can you make the checkers or the dice or anything move? Anything in the room with? Anything in this room here?
That was actually a pretty clear get out, actually, just heard. Everything?
We're not going to say anything for a minute and see if anything else comes through.
Mike again? Time. Stop.
Do you want us to stop?
Are one of you guys close to me? Because I felt a little like almost a thump on the floor. That's pretty close to me.
That was the heater.
The well pump.
The well
I'm
pump.
taking off the headphones for a second.
Well pump.
That was the well pump.
Okay, I felt something by my foot.
Gotcha.
All right, headphones back on. Hi.
Hi, can you tell us your name? First and last?
The Dandy household consisted of Mrs. Miller, 37, her then husband Phil Dandy, 39, and their children Mike, 17, Beth, 16, Laura, 12, and Mary, 11. During the 4 years the Dandys live in the home, they frequently experience episodes of unexplainable paranormal events, apparitions of unknown people, unexplained sights, sounds, and scents, and objects moving on their own accord are almost a daily occurrence. But their time in the small rural home becomes one of abject terror in the family's last 16 months of residence. As portrayed in detail in the book Echoes of a Haunting, published in September 2000, written by Clara Miller herself, who had then taken back her native name following her divorce in 1980, describes the family's struggles with paranormal incidents now happening regularly. Clara describes how items, including money, would inexplicably go missing. Nights would turn horrific, especially in Mary's room, where apparitions would appear and the room's temperature would suddenly plummet, getting cold enough to see one's breath. Walks in the woods near the home were filled with monk-like chants, or at times, Native American singing and chanting. Miss Miller tells of a dancing ghost, an unexplainable choir singing in the woods, and a young, dark-haired woman strolling around the house. As the activity increased and became intolerable, the family agreed to the publishing of an article about them in the Olean Times Herald to try and find more information about the history of the house. However, the article was received with ridicule at the family's expense, and they were mocked by the local community after the article was published.
So welcome. We are now in my room, aka Mike's room. We just finished in the living room? Call it the living room.
Yeah,
Vast. We were in just in the living room. We did a bunch of different sessions. We tried playing checkers. We did a different thing where I was blindfolded, had headphones on. I couldn't hear anything these guys were saying, and it was attached to the spirit box. And apparently, we were getting some intelligent answers. I was just blurting out whatever word I heard. Ended up finishing because I got extremely anxious in there. I started just feeling I was just pacing around like a crazy person. I'm finally calmed down, so now we can continue.
and continue we will, because in Michael's room, reportedly when he was living here with the rest of the Dandy family, he was awoken by the shelf actually falling down on him, which I don't know if you can see it, but it's behind over here. But we'll showcase that where the board games fell on him. So
Class.
that woke him up. So we're gonna, and Michael Dandy is unfortunately passed on. But we'll see if anything comes through when we do a session here. Go ahead.
Michael, are you here with us? My name is also Michael. As I yelled in the other room, because that's what I heard.
We have some boxes here you can make noise into. There's one right here. If you go near it and tap it, it'll light up like that. The more you tap it, the bigger the light. We got this cool little candle thing. You go near it, it does that. You can use your energy and manipulate it. So, we'd love for you to do something, make your presence known. Your friend and my friend GW is here. He wants you to say hi to him.
Are you a fan of the Beatles? The Beatles poster right here. I am not a fan of the Beatles.
I can't be friends with her anymore.
They're overrated.
Can you make the board games behind us fall down? Like you did on Michael.
There is also a Michael in this bed right now. You can make him drop on.
We would love to see that.
park?
Caress.
Do you like to caress people that are here? Or people that are parked outside, do you caress them? Listen, I didn't say this.
Do you know anyone who was murdered here on this property?
Porch. You.
Well, that's not nice.
I didn't know what to say. All
Anyone
right.
who was
Oh, go ahead.
murdered in the past here. Perhaps there was highwaymen or supposedly reported, possibly Indians.
Did it happen on the porch?
Computer. Kill.
We just want to be nice. Can you be nice? We're going to be friends.
Please don't hurt my computer, it's expensive. What happened on the porch? You said you, but neither of us want to go on the porch right now. I'm not going on the porch after that.
Are you hungry? We got pizza in the other room. You can help yourself. Just open that box up and take one.
Do you like when people grill here and make burgers? Burger. Do the necrophonic next.
Oh, sure. I don't want to use this thing. Did you go near that box? Did you go near the cylinder?
We call that thing a different shape every time we do one of these. Like rectangle was at Seymour.
Was it?
Put your hand right on my leg, by the way. So we're gonna switch over to everyone's favorite device that we use, the necrophonic.
And listen, there's so many theories whether it does work or not. We'll leave that for you to decide. We're just going to showcase what we gather with it.
I got excited when we mentioned necrophonic. Jesus. God, listen, don't beat up.
I think we gotta go.
Was that you that just went over to our light up cylinder there? Can you go back to it?
Can you say your names? JW? Mike? Can you move that pizza box? Get yourself a slice of pie. What's your last name?
Horse.
Does your last name start with the letter C?
How about D?
Let's play a little game. You ready? A, B, C, D, E, F. What's next?
Can you try again? I'm sorry.
Did it just say ass?
A, B, C, D, E, F. What's the next letter?
Ambition.
Shoulder.
Can you make that cylinder go off there?
The one
By
that's
my
right-
shoulder?
The one that's right next to Tom's shoulder. Can you make it go off again? It gave us quite a frighten.
Strength.
Do you have the strength to do it? I believe you do.
Or are you talking about earlier when Mike was removing the pillowcase from the pillow in this room?
Oh, and I pulled my shoulder doing it. Like the young spry man that I am.
Oh.
I did pull my shoulder when I was yanking the pillowcase off.
You're quite attentive.
Yeah, you saw that. Are you making fun of me for not having the strength to take a pillowcase off a pillow?
Realizing she desperately needs help, Clara contacts Father Alphonsus Trebold, assistant professor of theology at St. Bonaventure University and an accredited demonologist who once performed an exorcism near the St. Bonaventure campus. Father Trebold agrees to come visit the home and brought famous psychic Alex Tanaus to see firsthand the home and what energies may still be lingering there. After psychically reading the home and completing a walkthrough with Father Trebold, Tanaus claims that 7 murders took place in the house at various times in the past. Father Trebold, after being called to the home to consult on numerous occasions at Clara's request, is reported to having performed an exorcism on the house itself. During the ritual, witnesses claim the couch levitates and scratches appear on the wall of the living room until Father Trebold finally completes the rite and the energy then dissipates. Yet his attempt to clean the house was met with no avail, and the family eventually moved from the area shortly thereafter. In her book, Clara speaks of an orderly move from the home, the family boxing and packing belongings over the span of a few weeks, then leaving the house, only Clara to ever return years later.
We are now in the basement.
Easy, Vanna.
I pulled my
Easy.
I pulled my shoulder earlier, so I can't really do my Vanna White anymore. So the whole show's ruined.
Yeah, we're down here in the basement. A lot of reported activity. A portal of some kind, I think, has been reported allegedly.
There's alleged bodies buried down here, from what we heard.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stories
yeah.
going.
A lot of stories, a lot of legend.
We have our Phasm Cam. There's a little hole in the wall over here where people reportedly see things. So we have the Phasm Cam and the Red Pod in there.
Yeah.
And we're going to do our usual Spirit Box and Ovilus and some EVPs, which, yes, that's
all of our
recording.
theoretical tools that we're utilizing to
Waters.
gain evidence.
Waters. There is a ton of water down here because it's been raining pretty good lately, and we just had a snowstorm and it melted. So we are splashing in water right now.
I'm not, you are.
Yeah, I splashed in some water. Do you like all the waters in here? Waters. It's a good start. I also got earth earlier.
There's a glowing rectangle in Mike's hand. You can manifest your energy and speak your words into it. It'll come across as English wording.
Or if you can't talk into this thing, there's also a rectangle on the chair over there. You can say, hello. Or there's a light up candle in the hole over there if you don't feel like coming in here at all. just feel free to go near that and it'll let us know you're here.
As a red little light, you can go near it. It'll make all kinds of noise and bleeps and bloops and let us know that you're around. And don't forget our good friend JW is here as well. You can always say hi to him. He's right at the top of the stairs.
While researching the Hinsdale house, we found there's a lot of discrepancies between the folklore of the place, what happened here, who's been here, things people experienced. We likened it when we were going through all our research like the phone game, where you say something. I heard a weird noise behind me. Where you say something,
Probably a bug.
and then
By the time
someone exaggerates it, and then it's like something that's not even what the original message was.
Yeah, we're going to get to a lot of that more in our history.
Memory.
Yes.
Yeah, the memory is sometimes skewed. Do you have any memories you'd like to share with us down here in this very warm basement at the end of November? Save. Are you trying to save your memories? Is there a specific memory you'd like to save?
Anything at all you'd like to say or mention into the box here?
That's the same sound I heard earlier, too. If the entity that was upstairs in Mike's room wants to come down and say hi, you gave us a pretty good frighten with our light up candle. Go ahead and go over there and make it light up again. Or the stories that's been passed down about curse. Great.
What curse? What's cursed?
Is the land cursed? Are you talking about curse words, which we've said plenty of off camera, because we're professionals?
Some of us are.
Tell us more about the curse.
How long have you been here? Were there any fires here?
After.
So if there was a fire, are you talking about something after the fire? Oh, that people is my camera over there for some reason.
Solstice.
Isn't the winter solstice soon? I think that's the end of December. Are you excited for the winter solstice? See, if you confidently say something, it sounds like you know what you're talking about. Just like politics.
Well, on that note, it's getting cold down here, and
yeah, it's very cold and very damp.
We need to get up to the warmth before we catch a chill.
Stories and rumors are rampant about the events that transpired in the home during the time the Dandy family dwelled there. The house gained further notoriety when the Discovery Channel made an episode for their A Haunting television series titled Dark Forest, which first aired in September 2006. Still, what is fact and what is fiction?
truth and falsehoods. An article written by author and researcher Cassidy Nicholas, author of 3 books on the paranormal and once associate communications producer at MUFON, may dispel some of the fictions that have been circulated about the house and plot of land it's built on. Nicholas, through extensive research into the history of the property, local area, and the paranormal activity that reportedly took place, provides an article with compelling historical information and documentation that likely prove many of the tall tales about the famous location are really that, tall tales that have been passed down through generations or over-embellished by some.
All right, so Tom is in the closet. We are now upstairs in the master bedroom. Tom is in the closet doing what I did earlier, having the spirit box over his head or over his ears so he can't hear what we're asking. And I'm talking a little bit quieter so it can't get heard over. He's in the creepy mirror closet, so we didn't make him put a pillowcase over his head like I did. So we're going to start asking some questions. As you've probably seen, while we were setting up, the REM pod was going kind of a little nuts. The obelisk is currently purified evil children, is what it says in order right now. So we're going to start asking questions. Is anyone in here with us? We see purified evil children. Can you explain that a little bit more? Someone was extremely talkative to me downstairs when I had the pillowcase over my head. Feel free to come up here and talk to Tom so he can give us some answers.
Can you name the person sitting in the closet? Do you like it that he's sitting in the closet?
Are you also hoping this rain will stop? This is annoying.
Was that you who made the REM pod go off while we were setting up?
Yeah, were you getting close to this red candle here? If it was you, get closer again so we know you're still in here with us.
The wind is howling.
Yeah, that gives us some creepy sounding wind. Yeah. You were very talkative to me downstairs. Why don't you want to talk to Tom in the closet there?
If there's any spirits in here with us, can you make a loud rap or bang to let us know you're here?
Let us begin with the story that the home and land contain Native American burial mounds. Several mounds are located in nearby geographical areas and townships. For example, there is a burial mound inside of Fornes Park in Olean, New York. This mound is very close to the settlement Hiso, or Olean, that was seated where the Allegheny River and Ishua Creek cross. Other noteworthy mounds can be found nearby in the townships of Allegheny, Olean, Conewango, and Randolph. There are numerous mounds and sacred sites throughout western New York, but mounds are not located on the hilltop in Hinsdale. Nicholas brought a geologist to the property to include their evaluation of the location into the article that she wrote. They also concurred that there were no mounds in the vicinity of the home around the property. Rumors of a chief's burial mound and several other mounds have swirled for several years since a quote by a local individual was published in a community newspaper in 2009. The individual in the article talks about rumors of a massacre and curses, but those statements are fallacies that local tribes in the Senecas refute, believing they are perpetuated to lure more ghost hunters to the area. There have been constant rumors of a curse bestowed upon the hill that the house stands. The Iroquoians refute them. Many historians have attempted to discredit these rumors, but despite their best efforts, it continues to circulate.
So we are still in the master bedroom here. That was home to Clara and Phil Dandy.
If you read the book, you'd know that.
I did not read the book. He's the researcher. We decided we're going to do a novelist session and our old buddy the Necrophonic, now that Tom is out of the closet. And unintentional wording aside, we have a recording device in the Mary's room here. I'm just forgetting everything. And then we still have the REM pod set up. I have the Ovilus in my hand. Oh, it is. Is that a desk in there? I set it on the side table. Not really a desk. But yeah, here we are again.
So I know everyone's been asking you questions, but we're going to keep plugging away because we want to see if you can make your presence known in any way possible. So can you say something or go near any of the little lights in here? The little red candle there, or you can talk into Mike's square box that he's holding in his hand.
Whose knee hurts in here? We're all very young and spry, so it could be any one of us. Gone.
Who's gone?
Ride. River.
Did you used to ride down the river? Is there a river near here?
There's a pond.
A pond? Did you used to ride in the pond?
I'd have to look at the map, but Allegheny River.
Is anyone behind me in Mary's room right now? We heard that a lot of entities like to spend their time in there specifically. Could you tell us why?
Were you here when the Dandy family lived here?
Jog.
GW loves to jog.
Haunting. Nod.
Did you nod at me when it said haunting? Because I couldn't see you. Can you describe the haunting a little more for us? This is a pretty, in our area, this is a pretty famous haunted house.
Or are we just sitting here in the dark at 12:30 at night listening to a box talk?
3 overweight grown men of various levels of balding. The baldings are coming for all of you too. The Dandy family became famous for leather and God.
was a little toasty when we first got here. At least for me, I was sweating profusely.
Again, can you give us your first and last name?
Even just the first if the last name's too difficult.
Can you say one of our names?
Crash.
We have heard stories of a lot of people having or crashing their cars with the involving the house. Do you have anything to do with that?
Published reports are still reiterating false stories that the house was built over hundreds of Native American graves and the site of a horrific massacre. No evidence of a massacre exists in records in the Valley of Hinsdale, New York, or on the hilltop farm above it, according to Nicholas's meticulous research. Another important misconception about the home is that it was used as an inn where people were murdered. In the history of the house and land, there is no evidence that the house was ever used as a stagecoach inn. However, one of the McMahon family members claims that his grandfather told stories that the road went past the house, and this is where the stagecoaches traveled. Stagecoach travel routes never ran over the hill. They ran from present-day New York Route 16 and beyond, and the present-day Haskell Road through the Haskell Flats Valley. The steep incline and dangerous conditions would make traversing the hill with a carriage or other means of transportation in that era almost impossible. Another misconception is that a tree, known as the hanging tree, which is near the Dandy House, was used for hangings, most famously a pregnant woman. While some claim to have documentation that there was a woman named Elizabeth who was hanged there, there is no factual evidence that was ever provided that this is true. There are rumors surrounding a tree which used to grow on the corner of McMahon Road and Wagner Hill Road that may have been used for hangings in the past, however no evidence supports this theory.
I am now in Mary's room, and against my better judgment, I have the door shut, and I have my handy dandy pillowcase on again. Tom and Jason are in the other room. They are going to be asking questions, and I'm going to see if I hear anything on the spirit box in here. Mary's room is supposed to be known as the most haunted room in the whole house, so we'll see if this was a good idea. And everybody enjoy the show.
Is there anyone in the room there with Mike? In Mary's room. I'm talking purposely low, so just to make sure you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
Lie. And bind.
Lie and bind. He is lying down.
Yeah. Does he have a pillowcase over his head? Is that from a binding?
Can you tell Mike your name? He'd like to know.
Got a loud help.
Who needs help?
Got a very clear help again.
Who needs help? One of the supposed spirits here? Do you remember Mary when she lived here? Mary Dandy in that room.
Pain.
Are you in pain?
Water?
Were you buried on this property near the pond?
Are you the person who drowned in the pond?
Allegedly.
Nasty.
Yes, so the weather is nasty outside.
Write down.
Desk. Stare.
Are you staring at Mike?
Slave. Presidents. For me? Music. Easy.
No, that wasn't need any. That was like a weird combination.
Yeah, they're kind of like random.
Do you like the Mike's in there lying down? Are you okay with that? He's taking a rest.
Mary.
Did you like Mary?
Can you say her name again?
Holy Ooh. Something touched my leg. What the? Okay. Alright, I'm done with that. Nope.
Shit. What happened?
Felt something touch my leg. Like, actually, like, it felt like remember when you grabbed my thigh? That's what it felt like.
Come on.
I'm not kidding.
Really?
It feels like something touched my thigh.
Oh.
Like, not even thigh, but it was like down like on my knee.
Right.
And I'm just sitting here.
Oh man.
These rumors and claims likely derive from a misconception stated by psychic Alex Tanaus when he visited with Father Trebold, where he claimed that murders took place in the home and also people were hanged on the property. There have never been reports of unnatural deaths on the location or plot of land that is the Hinsdale farm. The closest scenario was the murder of Danny Simpson by his brother David Simpson. After a heated argument, Danny shot David at extreme close range with a shotgun. Danny was rushed to Olean General Hospital, but sadly passed away an hour later. This unfortunate incident took place on a property close to the Hinsdale farm and has been reported by some that the boy's spirit haunt the property. This is an unfortunate mistake of one brother ending the life of another, but it did not occur on the Hinsdale property grounds. Another narrative that supposedly transpired is that of a boy who was slain in a buzzsaw accident on the property grounds. However, the boy in mention was killed on a nearby farm and not killed on the property of the McMahon Dandy house.
We are now at the back of the house on the docks by the pond, which is painfully creepy out here. So, and I have my trusty advisors behind the camera right now. We did get the name Anna. Is there an Anna out here? I have my trusty Ovilus as well. And we heard the name Anna. Now we heard the stories that there's a woman who drowned here, back here. Are you back here with us? We also heard the stories, the folk tales that the woman who drowned back here was pregnant, which is a big old tragedy. Not the pregnancy, the drowning part. Do you get many visitors back here in the old pond of destiny? Anyone back here want to say anything to us? We stormed out here in the lie and pop. Was the story we were told a lie about the woman who drowned? Some beautiful New York weather we got out here tonight. I'm not going to be out here too much longer. The sprinkling is kind of annoying, and I'm sitting on this wet dock in the dark. Is there anything you want to say before I go inside? Oh, it said quilt. Oh, very nice. I should go find a quilt and get warmed up and nice and cozy, you know, boys?
Probably a good idea seeing it's
Here. Are you here with us right now? We are 3 grown men sitting on the side of a pond in the pitch black here out here.
Perhaps the most erroneous myth that surrounds the Hinsdale house is that Father Trebold performed an exorcism on the house itself in 1974. Father Trebold becomes close to the family during the trying time they lived in the house and recruited the aid of psychic Alex Tanos while he was on a speaking engagement at the university. In April 1974, Tanos, a film crew of NYU students, and Father Trebold traveled to the home in an attempt to cleanse it. Some of these witnesses claimed it was in fact an exorcism that Father Trebold conducted, but this is a falsity. Father Trebold himself, when later speaking about the incident, states that an exorcism is performed on a person, while a cleansing is performed on a place. In her book, Clara Miller writes that Father Trebold spoke the exorcism rite in a prayer to rid the house of the presumed spirits that inhabited it. However, a full exorcism was never performed. With the actuality of events superficially buried behind a veil of time and legend, sifting through the grains of truth that remain can be difficult. As Nicholas remarks in her article, some of the mythos surrounding the house can almost be construed as an attempt to lure the so-called ghost hunters of the area to commercialize paranormal investigations. Yet not only the Dandy family, but many others have reportedly experienced paranormal incidents in the home and surrounding forest. Even this subjective evidence, however, should not be treated as mere trivial occurrences. In the end, we must let you, the viewer, decide whether or not to believe in what truly transpired in a small home in rural Western New York throughout the years. So, do you believe?
Well, that concludes our exciting adventure through the haunted Hinsdale house.
It's been an exciting evening. We've had some different things occur. We had some subjective evidence happen to Mike.
So I touched my leg in the Mary's room there with the bag on my head.
And I think we have some interesting items, not only on EVP, but possibly even to record, or we've seen on the video.
Yeah. So, this has been an exciting experience. This has been an exciting season. Starting with Pratham Cemetery, where we didn't have these sweet uniforms. I was in an octopus shirt that was too small for me. Going to Pigman Road, and then just all the way, everything, all the insanity leading up to here. Just a season of bad weather.
It has been.
Between snow, blizzard, extreme heat. We had rain and wind out there, which is why we didn't end up going in the woods, because it was just too rainy. We can't get the weather in there.
But, again, we're just showcasing what we've captured on film and evidence for you, the viewer, to decide whether you think it's a bunch of balana.
Malarkey, if you will.
Or if it's real. Who knows? That's for you to decide. We're just sharing what we have.
Flies everywhere all day, all night. If there is any place you want us to check out, we only really do historical locations. Like, this is historical, there's a big story behind it and all that. So we don't go into residential areas. We only go into any kind of historical building is where we like to do, because we like to do our big history portion. So if you have any of those suggestions, send us a message, send us an email, check out our Facebook, on the Instagram, even TikTok now. We have a TikTok where I slap little short clips. Send us a message on any of those. Follow us, like, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support we got through this whole season. We have a few big ones planned for next season. One of them we already paid for. That we're going to be going to. That one's out of state, which we announced, but we're going to keep that a secret for now as well. So keep an eye out on that for us.
You announced it, but we're keeping it a secret?
Sure am. They got to check out the Facebook and Instagram for the official announcement.
Gotcha.
2023 Season 2 is going to be an exciting season as well. We are happy to end Season 1 with the most haunted house, allegedly, in Western New York. And I think that's about it.
That's it. We should end the note on you waving your arms around more.
Yeah.
I think they really want to see that.
It's going to be a season of waving my arms around. I can barely move my right arm because I tried taking a pillowcase off, and apparently I was too weak for that, so...
And with that, from lovely, freezing, rainy Hinsdale, New York, we bid you adieu. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next season on Mission
Unknown.